Well, hello, Matias. Please, Matias or Matias?
Matias or Matias?
Matias or Matias, okay.
It's okay.
Fantastic. Really nice to meet you, really nice to see this fantastic place. Could you please introduce yourself, just 2-3 brief words,
Okay.
and then tell us, please, about the place.
Okay. Thank you, Ilya, for your visit to my loved Arca Yaco estate. My name is Mattias Echard. I am proprietor from this lovely estate. My family began with a winemaking industry almost 100 years ago with my grandfather Arnaldo Echard. That it's a personality very important for me. He illuminates all the work that I do. It's blessed by my grandfather Arnaldo Echard. My father and my uncle sold the family company in 1996, and so in 2010 I bought this property, and I began with a lovely story that hopefully in a few years become a very well-known company, very well-known estate and wines here in the Calchaquí Valley. In this place that is very, very particular, very isolated. This is a very particular terroir that is 2,100 meters above sea level, where we have predominantly calcareous soils. That is very important for the quality of the wines. And this is a very isolated place where the quality of the water, the river, the San Lucas River that we have behind us, is the river that I irrigate the vineyards with a very high quality water that is very important to irrigate the vineyards. My first harvest, it was 2015. And I am in this moment with the 13 harvest here in Arca Yaco. And as I told you, since the first harvest in 2015, I have a great recognition from consumers, sommeliers, wine critics, journalists, and so it's very, very nice to me to realize that job that I began in 2010 have become in a very well-known wines here from this lovely place that is the Quebrada de San Lucas in the Calchaquí Valley.
Yeah, fantastic, thank you. And right now, just to explain the total picture, we are in Argentina, we are in Sальте administrative area. Inside of Sальте there is a part of Calchaquí Valley wine region, and the closest big city here is San Carlos, yes?
Yes, the big city here in the Calchaquí Valley is Cafayate. That is where the most important in volume, in reputation, the wineries are. The Echard winery, that is the winery that belongs to my family. It's located in Cafayate. That is the industrial city of the wine is definitely Cafayate. We are about 38 kilometers from distance from Cafayate. So that's the distance between Cafayate and Arca Yaco.
Yeah. I just ask because during my research of Argentinian wines, the Calchaquí Valley in Sальте is divided into 4 sub-regions. Yeah. And in the books which I read, your winery, is associated not with Cafayate but especially with San Carlos. That's why I asked.
Yes, exactly. The district is San Carlos. The terroir is Quebrada de San Lucas.
Could you show it?
Yes, it's over there. Yes, over there. This is the Quebrada de San Lucas. It's the Quebrada de Rabin, San Lucas Rabin. It's where the San Lucas River flows, no? And over there, I take the water from this river. That, as I told you, it's a very great quality water for the vineyards. Okay.
Yeah, fantastic. And could you show us your vineyard from this place, which you could see right now? Just some words about this.
In production, I have 6 hectares of different vineyards, different grapes. The ones that is around my house, over there, it's my house. It's where I live during the year. that was the first vineyards that I planted in 2013. That there are Malbec and Cabernet Sauvignon. Here, down here is the Cabernet Franc that I planted in 2018. And as I told you, over there in that part of the finca, of the vineyard, the Zинfandel, that is very very interesting because it's the first and only Zинfandel planted in the Calchaquí Valley. The first vintage of that Zинfandel, it was 2024 that we're going to taste in a while. And here around the state, I have another grapes that are Merlot that we have already tasted at the state, Pinot Noir, Tanat, and Cabernet Franc. So I was thinking that in the future I can do a blend, a Grand Band, the Arca Yaco Grand Band, making a blend from the different varieties that I have here in production. And I was thinking that in the future, maybe 2 years, 3 years, we can have here a Grand Band with a blend of these different grapes. Okay, I produce in the whole production here in Arca Yaco, it's about 30,000 bottles per year. That, as I told you, I have 8 labels, different labels. The Amari Vivir brand that is with the elevation in oak, in French oak, and the Imagínate labels that is with no oak, it's just fermentation and aging in inox or concrete. Okay.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, and I think that the last one question in this position, as you already told, the distance between Cafajate and this place, it's 48.
Yes, 38 kilometers.
38 kilometers. Okay. Anyway, you know that this distance is very big.
Yeah.
Approximately big, you know. And could you please explain the most important differences between terroir in Cafajate and your valley, your part of San Carlos? What is the most important keys here?
There are a lot of difference. Maybe one of the huge difference is the rains. Here in Arca Yaco, rains half that does in Cafajate. In Cafajate, maybe you have 40 millimeters per year. Here in Arca Yaco, half of it.
Oh,
200
Wow,
millimeters.
it's like a desert, absolutely.
That's why it's very, very desert. It's the grapes are very, very, how do you say, sano. They are very natural. Okay. And that is very important. That it's the half the rains that is in Cafajate. Here's the half. As I told you, the calcareous soil is very important. That is not so common to find the calcareous soils in Cafajate. Here in La Quebrada de San Lucas, you can see all these stones. These are the calcareous character.
Yes.
No? That is very important. And another thing is, as I told you, the quality of the water. That it's a very sweet water with that is a lovely water. That it's the one that I used to drink here at my house. I drink the same water. And another thing is the weed that we have here in the Quebrada de San Lucas. As you know, it's a very isolated and a very nature atmosphere, a very nature landscape. And the incidence of the weeds of this place, it's in the character of the wines. So I think that questions are very important, and of course the altitude. Here in La Quebrada de San Lucas in Arca Yaco, we are at 2,100 meters above sea level, and in Cafajate it's about 1,700 meters above sea level. So here is
500 more.
Yes, it's very fresh, as you know. A huge difference between temperature between the day and the night. So it's very important to the character of the grapes and the character of the wines.
And what is the difference, for example, in the most important part of the season? You know, in January, how much degrees in the day and how much degrees in the night?
It may be
what is the range?
30 degrees during the day. And during the night, during the morning, 13 or 14 degrees.
Oh, it's very, very, very big difference.
Almost 20 degrees of difference during the summer.
Fantastic, really, really big.
Yeah.
And sorry, the last one. About the sun, I forgot this important question. Do you feel something, you know, how to say it, that the sunlight are influencing with some, unique tool on the grapes, because of on this altitude, it's expressed another one style.
Yes, it's very important this issue. Here in the Calchaquí Valley, here in Arca Yaco, we have more than 300 sunny days per year. That is very important because the skin, the skin, it's a thick skin that all the richness of the fruits, of the richness of the wine, it's in the skin. That is very important that we have lovely skins that gave a great character for the wines. No, our wines, the wines that I produce here in Arca Yaco, as I told you, the first vintage it was 2015, and since that first vintage, that really being loved with consumers and with wine critics and with sommeliers since the very first time. They are considered very, very well balanced wines, where the acidity, the alcohol, the tannins, the incidence of the barrels, it's all the things are very well integrated. No, so there are wines that are really very easy to drink, very easy to drink, very friendly to drink. That's why a lot of people enjoy the wines from Arca Yaco. We talk about the potential to keep the wines. You can be sure that you can keep the wines from Arca Yaco for 30 years. As I told you a moment ago, we open here when I received some clients or journalists or different clients. We used to uncork the first vintage from Arca Yaco, from Amar y Vivir, and there are lovely. There are a lot of way to do already to continue with a lot of a lovely expression of the different wines.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Let's taste.
Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you. Well, Mattias, hello again. Could you please tell us a little bit about your lineups? We tasted already 3 lineups. Yes, Imagine, Amar Revere, and Finca Il Monte. General review of this of differences of these 3 lineups, please.
Okay, Ilya. Yes, we have just tasted 5 different wines from Arca Yaco State. It's very representative, these 5 wines that we have recently tasted. It's a nice overlook of the state of the terroir. The first one that we taste is the Imagínate. It's a 100% Malbec that, as you know, is with no oak. It's a fermentation and aging in concrete, and after that it's in bottle for 1 year. Okay, it's a very, very well balanced Malbec. It's the wine that I used to drink with my wife. Every day we drink this wine. And in the other hand, we continue with Amar y Vivir. Amar y Vivir Zинfandel, that is a recent launch of Arca Yaco winery. It's the first and only Zинfandel of the Calchaquí Valley, and it's a wine that it's very, very well accepted by consumers, journalists, and wine critics. This wine launched into market last October. It's a medium-bodied wine that it's with a low alcohol. That it's the first experience that we make of this wine, of this grape in Arca Yaco, and it's a very nice expression. After that, we continue with Amar y Vivir Malbec. That is the first label that launched into the market in 2015. And this vintage is 2022. There are the latest bottle that it's into the market. In the next month is going to be the next vintage, and it's maybe the most representative Malbec from the state, from Arca Yaco. It's a wine that always gain 95 or 96 points from different wine critics. So it's a very, very well balanced as well wine. You know that it have an aging of 15 months in barrels, in 500 liters barrels. And well, it's a wine that is having in very, very nice acceptation into the market. After that, we taste the Cabernet Sauvignon. The Cabernet Sauvignon it's very, 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 very nice, very typical. You know, all the Cabernet Sauvignon in the Calchaquí Valley, they are very, very particular. But this wine of the Arca Yaco Cabernet Sauvignon, it's in the podium of this uniqueness of this Cabernet Sauvignon. There are a lot of lovely things that there are said about this Cabernet Sauvignon. Of course, as you know, all my wines, there are for a very small market. You know that all my wines, no of my wines that are sold in the wholesale market. There are for a specialized liquor store in the best restaurants and the best liquor stores in Buenos Aires, in Argentina, and also in some other countries around the world. And finally, we taste the Amari Vivir Finca Almonte, that it's the more expensive and iconic wine from the States. That it's for a Malbec, a Malbec that is about 2,700 meters above sea level. I produce around 1,700 bottles per year. And it's a wine that I launched into the market in 2024. And well, it's a iconic wine into Malbec of Argentina. So it's a pleasure to share with you in this afternoon in Arca Yaco.
Fantastic. Well, just to underline, for me, everything is just really fantastic. One of the best examples which I tasted all over my life, and I think that I have got 3 favorites here. Finca Almonte, of course, favorite, but it's, how to say it, not very fair play to compare it because it's a Grand Cru of the producer. But anyway, the first place is, for me personally, is Finca del Monte, and the 2 second place, not short, just 2 second, is Cabernet Sauvignon and Zинfandel. Zинfandel is absolutely crazy. From my point of view, it is the best Zинfandel which I ever tasted. It's fantastic. Could you also please tell us again about the name of the winery, Amari Vivir.
Yeah.
Again, about the Bolero and this interesting story.
Yes, the name of my wines comes from the romanticism. You know, here in Salta, we love to sing with folk music, tango music that is very well known in Argentina, folk music, and the boleros. The bolero is the romantic music. And in my house, in my family, we always, since I was a child, I always grew up hearing this lovely music. That's why Amari Vivir is the name of a romantic music, a bolero, that the name is Amari Vivir. And I always realized that I always make a relationship between the wine and the romanticism. I think that wine is for romantics. I think that wine is for to share with the person that you love, with the person, with a friend, with family, with your love. That's why I always seems that or I always like to share the wine with love. The same thing it's for Imagínate. Imagínate is the name of another romantic music that he have a lovely poetry. It have a lovely poetry. In that poetry says that imagine the sweet sensation of the wine. It's a metaphor that metaphor I always have in my heart, in my mood, in my way of think. That's why I always think that wine is for lovers and for for enjoy. No,
Fantastic.
that's the idea of the labels, of the name of each wine. Okay.
Very interesting. And I think the last one questions, maybe do you know some special type of dish, not all Argentina, but especially this place which you could to recommend to taste with your wines?
No, I'm not good with that pairing. I always enjoy the different wines with different meals. I love wines. I love different meals. But for me, the best pairings for this wine is love. Definitely, it's love. So in each table that there is love and friendship, you will profit this or enjoy these wines.
Fantastic. Why no? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome. Cheers.